The roar inside the shed was like 1,000 tiny chainsaws revving up, cutting through the night. I slammed the heavy doors shut, latched the bolt with a satisfying click, and tapped the side of the wooden box. In seconds, a furious cloud of hornets exploded from their nest, buzzing through the vents like a black and yellow tornado. Inside, the self-righteous HOA crowd wasn't toasting their victory. Anymore, they were yelling, flailing, banging on the walls in sheer panic. I stood there in the cool evening breeze, arms folded, listening to their chaos. This wasn't revenge. It was payback. They'd invaded my property, trashed my space, and treated my family's legacy like their personal playground. Tonight, the Hornets were my backup, and the HOA was finally learning what happens when you poke the wrong nest. It all started a couple of months back in Willow Creek, a quiet suburb just outside Austin, Texas. My ranch spanned 15 acres, handed down from my grandpa, who built it with sweat and calluses. It wasn't fancy, just good soil for crops, a few goats, and my workshop in the old shed where I tinkered with engines and brewed my own cider. And then there were the Hornets. Folks hate them, but out here they're like free pest control, keeping bugs off my plants better than any spray. I handled them, smart, kept the nests contained, never messed with them unless needed. They were fierce guardians, just like me when it came to my land. Enter Victoria Hayes, the iron-fisted president of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. Victoria was all about control, starched blouses, fake smiles, and a clipboard that might as well have been a scepter. She showed up one afternoon, heels sinking into my gravel drive, eyeing my shed like it was prime real estate. "Mr. Harlan," she said, voice sweet as poison honey, "your shed has so much potential for the neighborhood. Imagine HOA barbecues, meetings, even yoga classes right here." I laughed it off. It's my shed on my land. I pay the taxes, I fix the roof. No thanks. Her eyes narrowed. "Don't be short-sighted, Jack. This could benefit everyone." I told her to leave, but I could tell she wasn't done. A week later, she rolled up with her posse, 3 board members with measuring tapes and notepads, acting like they owned the place. My security cams caught it all, them poking around, noting improvements needed. I blasted over the intercom. "Get off my property." Victoria just grinned at the camera. "We're evaluating for community use. Your shed's too close to our border sit, could be rezoned." My blood boiled. This was no joke. It was a takeover wrapped in bureaucracy. I confronted them outside, and she whispered, "You'll wish you'd cooperated." I should have taken that threat seriously. The harassment ramped up fast. Letters flooded my mailbox. Complaints about my shed's unsightly appearance. Demands for a neighborhood enhancement plan. I wasn't even in their HOA. Then, while I was out visiting my brother in Dallas, my neighbor Emily Chun, who despised Victoria as much as I did, texted me, "They partied in your shed." I rushed home to find confetti in the bushes, beer cans in the grass, and my shed a mess. Tables shoved aside, tools scattered, and worst of all, one Hornet box lid cracked open. They'd messed with my setup, laughing like it was a prank. That crossed the line from annoyance to outright violation. I gathered the cam footage. Victoria raising a glass inside my shed, her crew hauling in coolers, even her swiping a bottle of my homemade cider. I took it to Sheriff Ramirez, but he sighed. "They'll say it was a mix-up. These HOA types lawyer up quick." Frustrated, I realized the system was too slow. Victoria played dirty. I'd have to play smarter. I baited them, left the gate unlocked one night, pretended to slack on security. Sure enough, they snuck back for another event. That night, as they set up inside, I locked the doors and riled the Hornets. Their screams echoed like a horror movie. I let it go for a few minutes, then opened up. They bolted out, swatting wildly, faces red with stings and rage. Victoria glared daggers. "This is assault." I shook my head. "No, this is trespassing on camera." Again, but she didn't quit. More letters accused me of endangering the public. She spread rumors that I was unstable, hoarding dangerous insects. It infuriated me how dare she flipped the script after breaking in. I fought back publicly, posted clips on a local Facebook group. Victoria toasting in my shed, her board trashing my tools. Caption: when the HOA protects the community by invading private property. Shares exploded. Neighbors raged. Some defended her. But the backlash grew. Victoria showed up furious. "You're ruining everything." I played her the video. "Explain this." She stormed off, but the pressure mounted. Anonymous complaints to the county about my hornets as a hazard. Dog walkers are spying near my fence. A note under my door: the HOA wins. Always. I met with Sheriff Ramirez again, handed him more footage. He nodded. "She's digging her grave." My cousin Luke, a lawyer in Houston, filed for a restraining order. Meanwhile, I fortified. Steel locks, more cams, signs reading private property hornets on guard. They tried sneaking back Victoria with pesticide in hand. I caught her red-handed. "Drop it." She did, sputtering excuses. That footage sealed it. At the next HOA meeting, I projected the videos outside. Break-ins, parties, her with my cider. Gasps everywhere. Residents stormed out, demanding answers. The board cracked. One member quit, blaming her vendetta. County inspectors came, but my records proved everything legit. No violations. Victoria's smear failed. She made one last desperate move. Another break-in with her loyalists, setting up tables like old times. I locked them in, unleashed the hornets again. Chaos erupted, screams, crashes, pleas. When I opened the doors, they fled humiliated. Victoria hissed, "You'll pay." But her allies turned on her. Footage went to the sheriff. Charges flew. Trespassing, vandalism. The HOA imploded. An emergency vote ousted Victoria. She packed up and vanished. Rumors said she slunk to a condo in San Antonio, reputation trashed. My lawsuit settled. Damages paid. My land off limits forever. The new board apologized, reformed rules, and cut fees. Neighbors waved now, even asked about my hornets respectfully. As I sat on my porch that fall evening, the shed glowing in the sunset, the hum of the nests felt like victory. I defended my ground my way. Willow Creek was freer, and I'd shown bullies don't always win. What do you think? Was I justified in using the hornets, or did I go too far? Share your take in the comments below. Tell me where you stand on HOA overreach and property rights. I'd love to hear your stories, too.